And welcome to the first episode of the Midweek Geek. This is really a rough start to the episode. We were supposed to be on at 7:30 or 7 o'clock, and it is now 7:16, so we are a little behind. And also, my intro didn't have the sound, which kind of sucks, but it had a whole cool funk vibe to it. So yeah, here we are. Welcome to the Midweek Geek, and this is presented by the Geek Saga. That is a totally different show, but I am the host on that show, which I am one of the hosts on this show. I'm waiting for my co-host. If he shows up, hopefully he'll be on soon. But we're live right now on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So if you guys are joining us on any of those, welcome. And if you guys want to make comments, talk to us in any way, shape, or form, by all means, go ahead. So what this show is going to be a weekly show that is going to be live streaming for about an hour, if not a little bit more, depending on who we have on the show, if we have any guests or anything like that. But what we are going to be talking about here is what's going on this week, as far as, the weekend that's passed with the movies that were going on then, and the shows that are coming up for, or at least the movies that are coming up next week. So, Dr. Butternums and Junior MD, what's going on? Today's topic is Dennis is here. So we're going to go with that topic. But let me bring in my co-host. Dennis, you ready to go? Nod your head. All right, we're bringing him in. What is going on, Dennis?
Not much. How you doing tonight, Gene?
It's a rough start.
It's what?
It's a rough start.
Oh, it's a rough start. Well, I mean, What's life without a few bumps, right?
True. So we actually have one viewer, which is a buddy of mine.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So he was asking what the topic is. We got quite a few topics. So we're gonna go to, since I don't have all the slides I wanted. I was working on them, didn't get a chance to finish them up, had a lot going on. But we are going to be talking about movies, because that's one thing that we said this show is going to be about. So we're going to talk about the movies that came up last week, or last weekend that opened, and what's coming up this week as far as the movie theaters. So we'll talk about their box office numbers, because that always kind of.
Well, I mean, it's a good indicator of the public's response to a new movie, so that's always a good place to start. Sure.
Yeah, and then we're going to talk about what's coming up in the movie theater.
Right.
Then we'll also be talking about video games that are going to be coming out, comic books that have come out this week, or usually during the week, because Tuesdays are the big days for comic books. I was always looking forward to it when I was working at the comic book store.
Is it Tuesdays? I thought it was Wednesdays. Am I really that out of it? Am I that old?
I remember Tuesdays. Did it change? I mean, is dementia kicking in that I'm like, holy crap, I don't remember what day it is.
I think it's my I think it's my problem, not yours.
Well, that's something else. So we're not going to be talking about Dennis's mental problems, but we'll be talking about comic books that are coming out. We'll be talking about toys that are being released during the week. That's kind of what we're going to be doing. And Wednesdays was the usual. Okay, so I was wrong. Dennis was right.
Oh.
And my buddy Cruz over there says that it's usually Wednesdays. All right, we're corrected here. So Wednesdays. So that's actually pretty good for us, because we are going to be on Wednesdays. So we can literally say, what's coming out today? Or what has come out today?
What is coming out today? I think that's a perfect segue into it. Yeah. What is coming out today?
Well, we are going to start off with our box office. So right now,
right. Sorry.
No, we'll see this thing that says, what was it? Weekend movies. All right, there it is. So this weekend was, honestly, I don't remember a weekend that actually has been where a good movie's opened up lately. Have you?
Well, I mean, I'm going to be biased. but the last big movie opening that I can think of where, I mean, there was just a lot of, people excited was obviously the final installment of the sequel trilogy of Star Wars.
Yeah, but how
Now,
long ago was that?
excited in what fashion is kind of the key point. If you were like me, where it's Star Wars and you're excited to see a new Star Wars film, then you were happy. But if you were already upset over the two previous movies, your excitement tended to drift in a different direction.
Which that would be me, and that would be I wasn't excited. I was over it. After I saw the whole space casino, I was all like, yeah, really? No. I was over. I'm done.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that let's just say that 2020 really hurt the industry. And I think COVID hit a switch in people's head and turned on stupid when it comes to movies. Because
so to a point, I'm gonna fall in line with that opinion. Although I don't think it was so much a switch of stupid. It was more a matter of, at least initially, everybody was very much like in this frame of mind of, we can't be in enclosed spaces together. We can't be in large gatherings. How are we going to film a movie? I mean, you can't do remote. You can't have an actor in different places and yada yada. So but I think that's where we started to see the trend of kind of rehashing old ideas, and unfortunately, they just never fell out of it. Yeah,
okay.
Rise of Skywalker was kind of mid, not bad, but not that good. So I will agree with Guillermo on that. I will definitely agree with that. It was very mid. It was very mid.
But Butternubs here says
Fifth Element.
Casino,
okay.
Fifth Element. Okay.
But right. That's kind of unfair, because regardless of whether you admit it or not, Fifth Element was like, that was a pretty good movie. I mean, it was a good movie.
It was good, and that's the thing, is that movie, like, it's also, it wasn't Star Wars. So that's why I could dismiss the fact that there was a space casino. They were on a space, like, ship.
They were on like yeah. Supposed to be like a cruise ship, yeah.
Yeah, so
going to Flaskin Paradise.
So, weekend movies opening last week, which we weren't on last week, but we're going to be talking about the box office. Two movies that caught my eye, and it was only because they were the only ones that actually came out last week in the movie theaters that had anything, I don't want to say substantial, or, I mean, they had actors in it that were like kind of big.
Well, yeah, there are some very well-known names. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think we should start with the first one that I unfortunately, I want to say had the pleasure of seeing, but I didn't. There was no pleasure in it. I was like, for the love of God, please just. And you know what? Let's put the trailer. I'm going to bring up the trailer, because why not? Because some of you guys out there that may have not seen it don't know what I'm talking about. But this movie was. So, hold on. Let me bring this up. We're bringing it up. Our first trailer. We won't get in trouble for this.
You hope.
We shouldn't, because we're actually talking about some. It's a trailer that's open to everybody. So
that's true.
See, I still have to get used to back to. I feel like a noob right now doing this, even though I do this on another show. So
this is what happens when you run too many shows.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, here we go. I'm sad they use this song.
Are we gonna sing along?
Yes, of course. I wanna put on my booty shoes.
Yeah.
I wanna put on my booty shoes.
Now, I'm sorry, but if you were a little kid and you saw Dave Bautista walking out of the forest like that, would you really sit there and wait for him to get any closer?
I would have probably pooped myself.
My name's Leonard.
I mean, look at the size of
Nice
his
to meet
hand
you.
alone.
Yeah,
His little girl's head.
ridiculous.
Why are you here?
I suppose I'm here to make friends with you. And your dad's too. But my heart is broken
Why is it broken?
because of what I have to do today.
Yeah, see, like random people walking out of the woods, never good.
Dude, Hubs. No spoiler alerts. No spoiler alerts. Oh, wait. All right, I just put it up there.
You see, the four of us have a very important job to do. In fact, it might be the most important job in the history of the world. We were called and are united by a common vision, which has now become a command that we cannot ignore.
Oh, I can. No, I
The
want it.
four of us are here to prevent the apocalypse. Your family has been chosen to make a horrible decision. If you fail to choose, the world will end.
Okay. So, oops, let's get rid of that.
Conversely, would you be scared if you saw Ron Weasley standing there in front of you?
Well, I mean, Ron, yeah, I would have been actually excited to see Ron Weasley. Now, I saw this movie. Let's start off by telling you guys how much it made over the weekend. So domestically, it made 16.2 million. Worldwide, which it seems like now these movies are starting to say, "Oh, we made worldwide." 28 point, I think it was like 6 million. Okay, not much for it. Wasn't a very impressive opening weekend.
Yeah.
Actually, dismal weekend. But
yeah,
they were number one because who were they going up against? Yeah, I know the Guardians Galaxy. it was totally
but
weird. I was
Dr.
waiting
Butternubs is he's gonna be my new favorite viewer. Dude, he's on it. He is on it tonight.
I was waiting for Quill to pop in the door and start doing his little dance. But never happened, man. It never happened. All I gotta say is that at one point in this movie, and we do this in our other podcast where we have the colon talk. We're gonna have a little colon talk right now. I had to take a dump in this during the movie. I didn't get up after all, but I should have, because had I done that, I would have had something more entertaining than what this movie was. Just to tell you guys that. I could have sat there and just plopped, and it would have been much more entertaining. Dave himself, freaking Drax, was like, I was like, dude, seriously? I think they killed Rocket outside. That's what they were coming around. That's why Drax was so sad. So, yeah, I was hoping to see, Drax and Ron Weasley together. I was like, dang, they're gonna come and they're gonna see King George do a little song and number. It never happened. I was pretty sad.
Yeah.
So horrible movie, guys. I don't want to give away too much because that would suck. That if there's somebody out there that actually wants to go see it, which I would say don't. Just walk away. Go take a dump. It's much more fun than this movie. But the sad thing is that its only real competition in the box office was a bunch of 80-year-old women that were out there looking for Tom Brady.
Yeah.
So that's the next movie, which, oh my God. I mean, when you guys, that's 2 minutes long. I've got to have a shorter commercial or a shorter trailer. They're all 2:40. So without putting you guys through this, that was the competition. 80 for Brady. And the sad thing is it has a lot of legendary actresses.
The actresses, yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, you know, Jane Fonda.
You got Jane Fonda, Sissy Spacek,
Sissy Spacek.
I
I can't think of her name now. Sally Field.
Ellie Fields, and Lily Tomlin. So you got the Incredible Shrinking Woman. You've got Jane Fonda, who used to be super hot. Sissy Spacek.
Barbarella.
Yeah, Barbarella. So you got Incredible Shrinking Woman, Barbarella, and Sissy Spacek does not look like herself.
Well, coal miner's daughter, you know. And then
and then you got Forrest Gump's mom.
Forrest Gump's mom, yeah.
And they were all chasing after Tom Brady. Now, this sorry, I'm like looking at something else.
So the Tom Brady thing just makes me think of a meme that I saw on Instagram where somebody was selling a Ziploc bag and it was labeled as Tom Brady's fart. And they said that they were walking along the beach, and as he walked by, he let one rip, and they just happened to have a Ziploc bag that they caught the air in the bag, and they were like, you know, certificate of authenticity included.
Oh, I totally buy it, and I would, I'd open it up and have to see what it smells like. What does a multi-million-dollar fart smell like? I mean, that's all I got to say. Is like
those dusty bones can get.
Hey, man, all I got to, I mean, you got to, I don't know if you guys have seen let me bring up that poster so you guys are going to be like, holy crap, hell yeah. For all you pervs out there, they're all about the gilfs.
The gilf, oh no.
Where's my gilf mafia at?
Yeah, as of yesterday, that movie has grossed almost 7.2 million.
Actually, I will give you the actual number, but here we go.
That was just for the day.
Look at these ladies. Oh yeah.
Now wait, that's not Sissy Spacek. That is Rita Moreno. Now Rita Moreno, I will definitely admit, she is stunning. And she has gotten to be, you know, she's aging very gracefully. Rita Moreno, for anybody who sees this, if you don't recognize her, she played Maria in the original West Side Story.
Oh my God. All right. So we've got the Incredible Shrinking Woman, Barbarella, Maria, and Forrest Gump's mom.
Forrest Gump's mom. Yeah.
All chasing after Tom Brady.
Wait, so, wasn't she in one of the Cannonball Runs or something like that with
who? Sally Fields?
Yeah.
She was in the original Smokey and the Bandit.
Smokey and the Bandit. Yeah.
She was in the first two Smokey and the Bandits.
There you go.
So yeah, no, I know my actresses, but yeah, dude, that was the competition for Knock at the Cabin, which I should have went and saw 80 for Brady because I'm sure it was even better.
They probably would have had more fun at least.
Domestically, they were what was it? They made 14.6 million for the weekend with 80.
Oh, for the week. There we go. Yeah, I see it.
So that's pretty sad that the top two movies were just some horrendous garbage. So yeah. So that was the last weekend. What's coming up?
Wow. Wow.
That's what happens when you give a person in the military a computer that can actually log on to Twitch.
Okay, I have to. What was this spam stuff that he was spamming? Second, what is that?
Money Frog.
KDW6 Money Frog. I don't know what that is. Oh, you know what? How much you want to bet their emojis on Twitch.
Oh, we can't see him.
Yeah, we can't see them. Yeah, they're emotes for Twitch that we can't see. Sorry, man.
Yeah, I'd have to go on to. I'll tell you how we do this whole show, but it's different. It's not on like we're streaming on Twitch, but we're not on Twitch right now.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, that was for the past weekend. Now to fast forward to this coming weekend, it ain't any better. That's the sad thing. We've got 2 movies that are coming out, and I'm like, oh, really? This is what we got to look forward to.
Well, and again, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit into that. For some reason, the powers that be are still stuck in this mindset of kind of like rehashing the old formulas of movies that were successful, back in the day. Reboots are fine, provided it doesn't get played out, and we're already at that point. No more reboots, no more. Oh well, it's the basic story is the same as this one, just different characters or whatever. Which was one of the biggest complaints that people had with the sequel trilogy, was that they essentially just, all right, well, you interchanged Luke with Rey, and so on and so forth.
I did read that they want to bring, or what's her face was saying that she wouldn't mind coming back as in another installment as Rey, and it's like, no, I would mind. I definitely would mind. You can stay away.
I will say this much, because I know we're going off on a little bit of a tangent. I didn't have any problem with Daisy Ridley as the character of Rey. To be honest with you, I feel like they handled the character poorly, especially the way that they hyped up Finn in the initial movie. Everybody was expecting him to be the one who was going to be the next Force sensitive, and then they turned him into kind of like a
weenie.
Like a bit of a, well, yeah, they turned him into a weenie, and they made him kind of like comedy relief with like the suit that was leaking water with the puffy,
Yeah, it was all bad. But so this weekend, what do we get to look forward to, Dennis? We get to look forward to, let's see if I can bring up just the poster, which I'm having a hard time finding just the poster, because I want to show the poster.
At least nothing exciting.
Huh?
I said nothing exciting. I can already tell you that much.
Oh, wait. Nope, not that one. Yeah, we'll get faster with this stuff right now. Bam!
Like I said, nothing exciting.
Magic Mike, Last Dance. I saw the trailer for this and I was like, really? Seriously?
You know it's going to do well, though.
Because there's nothing else out there. People are going to start to realize that Knock at the Cabin was garbage. Like, hot.
Yeah.
Hot garbage. Well, which, I get it. Freaking Mendoza right here. I'm in that.
I'm in that one.
You in the background? You're his backup dancer? Or are you his body double? Because that's, I can totally see that. Yeah, there we go. But this thing feels like it was almost like the writers were sitting in a room and they're like, man, we haven't done a dance movie in a long time. And I really liked Save the Last Dance. That was a great one.
Well, let's face it. If they tried to pawn another step up to the streets to us.
Oh, you know what? They could have named this movie, because they already split 2 movies in half. I like Magic Mike. I like Save the Last Dance. Magic Mike, Last Dance.
Oh, whoa! I didn't even catch that. Wow, dude. I didn't even catch that. That's.
No, I'm throwing my $.
No, I'm throwing.
I totally believe that. I do believe that.
Is this a case of don't ask, don't tell?
No, hey, in the Army you could tell everything that you're doing now, so it don't matter. But yeah, you know what? They should have done Magic Mike's Last Dance as he steps up.
Wasn't he in
Dirty.
Step Up?
Was he in one of the Step Ups?
I don't know. I mean, is it really worth looking?
I almost did. I'm telling everyone. He has no shame. He will tell everyone. Yeah, this one has, which I'm shocked that Selma Hayek.
He was in the first Step Up.
Shut up.
He was.
Oh my God. Then that's what. Jeez. See, they should have just called it Magic Mike Steps Up.
Oh my God.
That's just sad. But did you look at?
Yeah,
so
he's a character in Step Up. Yep.
So Channing Tatum, Selma Hayek, and what?
I don't see the other name there.
There's another name there. I don't know who that name is. I got to look that up now.
No, that's her new. That's her. She got married. That's her new last name. She got married. Yeah, and I was actually going to comment that. Like, did she really have to rub that in our faces? Like, totally kill our dream?
Yeah, seriously. I'm looking at who she married. The dude's ugly.
Oh yeah, no. That was definitely a financial gain for her. Not that she needed, but.
Well, dude, the dude's worth billions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, when you're Salma Hayek, you look that good at the age of she's in her 50s now?
She's like 52, I think.
Yeah. You really could have anyone. So when you marry a guy that looks like that, money's involved.
It's a cry for help. That's what it is. Selma, just if you need help, blink your eyes when you see me. Let me know. I'll know that you need to be rescued. Me and Nubs over there, we will put together a team and we will come get you. Just blink. That's all
I better be on that.
Dennis you'll be in the background, but we'll take care of the rest.
I'll just be back there.
Get into the car.
I can drive. How about that? I can drive. Because I have no technical experience whatsoever.
The next thing is, and this movie is what is going to make me feel old, which should make you feel old also. When I saw this, I was like, holy crap, really? Has it been that long? And again, this is what's going on in the film industry right now. Like you said, it's because, we're just rehashing new stuff, but there's not much else coming out. So I can't find something that's usable. Anyways, Magic Mike will be going up against Titanic, the 25th anniversary.
Okay. So.
Yeah, exactly. I feel old for one because it's been 25 years.
25 years, yeah.
Movies come out. 2, those are the 2 big box office grabs for this weekend that are opening. So that's telling you the state of films right now in Hollywood and in the theaters. That's why people are not going to the theater as much.
Well, and I mean, if we could be completely honest, the advent of streaming services, Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, what have you, I mean, they've got so many great things that are exclusive to the platform of streaming and then exclusive to, those individual channels themselves. It's kind of, I feel like that was a little bit of a death knell for the film industry, because they can essentially take that same budget and they can break it down into a product that, as they're doing, and you know what, I'll use, because I'm super excited for it, March 1st, Mandalorian season 3, I know some people had issues with the writing and stuff like that, but they're able to take that money that they would normally use to do, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours worth of film, and they're breaking it up into, a series that they can then, filter feed to us. And I know people are going to be like, well, yeah, that's how they make their money. But God dang it, man. You just totally like derailed me.
It's a very hard I don't want to say hard.
Wow. Yeah.
That's a tough decision that I got to make now.
That is tough. That is tough.
Which one am I going to say? But yes, sorry, Dennis, go ahead.
No, that's okay. But my point being is that, I mean, the film industry has definitely leaned into that because they can sign these exclusive deals with these streaming platforms and release the same quality content in these bit-sized pieces, so people can actually sit down and watch it at their leisure. Say, for whatever reason, you know what, I'm not into this show, they never have to watch it again. So they're not out that money for that single thing. Now, yeah, you could say, but you're paying the same price per month that you would to sit down and watch a movie for, an hour and a half, 2 hours. Maybe.
Well, not really.
Not really, because here's the thing is you could easily go, you know what? Click, I don't like this one. I'm going to go watch something else.
Well, it's
and
also
you're still getting your money's worth.
It's also the fact that I can stream a movie if I really wanted to, and even to this day, I still have a problem with saying, "Oh yeah, $20. I'll pay $20 for stream a movie."
Oh yeah.
I'm still like $20. I'll wait till it goes down to like $3.
Yeah.
Maybe even then, it'll probably end up free somewhere. So,
Thank you, Tubi.
Yeah, Tubi. I mean, Tubi, Hulu.
Hulu's not free.
No, none of these. Well, Tubi is free, but
Tubi is free.
Like all these different streaming services that are out there. Like I watched Maverick, which I should have seen it in the movie theater. Which that movie was great. It was
great.
Oh my god, it was awesome. I wish I could have seen it on the big screen to hear the rumble of the jets fly by.
Yep.
But I didn't. I actually watched it on Nub's no, it wasn't his. It was actually my other co-host, David, on his little tablet. That's what I watched it on. And I felt a little cheated because I was like, crap, man, this is actually a good movie. So it was actually a really good movie. But I had the choice of seeing it in theater or watching it on my TV. And I still didn't want to pay the $20 for that. I'm not cheap.
And he's got a nice TV too, you guys. He's actually got a really nice setup.
Nice little
He's
TV.
got like the sound bar and he's got the woofers. Yeah, he's got a nice setup.
But so yeah, and this is what we're seeing is the state of movies now is they're gonna either put it in the movie theater or they're gonna put it in the movie theater and you can stream it at the same time.
Yeah.
So, but now
is that more of a sign of the times, or is that just like I say, is it just easier for them? Yeah. AMC is going to charge more for better. Yeah. See, that's the other thing. And that's exactly what I was going to say is in order to compete, AMC is now saying, well, if you want to sit closer to the screen, if you want to get that experience, well, you're going to pay extra.
Which I don't want to sit closer to the screen because that just ruins the movie because I'm not like this.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to walk out of there with a crick in my neck.
Yeah, I mean, even with the seats that lean back, I'm still having to do this because I'm trying to catch everything on the screen when I could just sit in the very back and be able to see the whole screen.
And lean back.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you're right. Nub's definitely right that why am I going to pay all this money for nice seats or seats that like I've even been in the seats at Rumble, it's like, oh my God.
That gimmick ticked me off, man. I couldn't stand that.
It was stupid. I did it right before a deployment a couple years ago because we were just all like, "Oh, these are the only seats that are available." All right, well, I guess we're gonna go see. It was I think it was The Kingsman, which it was a good movie, but those seats were not needed for that particular movie.
Yeah, I hated that gimmick. That just reminds me of back. I wish I could remember exactly when the movie was released, but kind of a going in the way back vault. There was a movie called Shocker,
Oh
and it
yeah.
was like a suspense horror kind of film, and they had the seats rigged where at certain points in the movie they would deliver a very low powered electric shock to the viewers.
Mhm. I think that was back in.
I think it was like in the 70s, like in the late 60s, early 70s, something like that. Maybe a little bit more recent,
Oh
but
no, they also did. If you want to go further back to like when they first did the whole gimmicky thing, it was during the whole phase of when they were doing the 3D glasses for the first time.
oh, that's
And
that.
that's further
Oh,
back.
you mean like the paper ones with the blue and the red? Okay.
I'm talking further back, and there was an actual movie theater that spent, I forgot how much money they spent to do all these different little gimmicky things to scare the people, and it
No.
worked for them for a short time, but then after that it was kind of like it's done and over.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyways, all right guys, so that's it for our movie or weekend movies, past and present. If you guys want to go see Knock at the Door, you will not see Ron Weasley flying around on his broomstick, nor will Drax be laughing at everything that happened that's bad. So just don't give them your money. And if when it comes out free, don't give them your time. I'm like, seriously, I'm gonna stick by that. 80 for Brady, go see that. You probably would have a lot more fun with that.
Yeah, you probably have a lot more fun. And you can still see all the Gilf action you want.
Yeah, there you go. So you got all the gilfs. And then this weekend, I'm probably going to lean towards more Titanic than I would Magic Mike, but that's just my thoughts. So, anyways, moving on. So we are going to move on to, I guess we can call it our. I forgot what I wrote down as comics this week. I think it was, but the only one I'm going to just bring out because I got to start getting back into comics and start reading more of these because if we're going to be doing this, we got to know, The one comic that stood out for me, which was kind of cool that I saw this, was let me bring it up. And there's obviously there's a ton of comics that come out during the week, so we're really probably not going to focus on all of them, but certain ones maybe we'll start reading, or I'll start reading. I know a lot of these things are free now, so we can just be all like, "Hey, check this comic out."
Well,
I'm kind of excited.
both DC and Marvel have their their service where you can actually read all the new comics online the day they come out. So.
Yeah. So if you guys want to do that, go for it. I'm looking at this one and I saw this and I was like, oh, this is actually kind of cool. This is something I'd like to read. So Netflix is putting out Stranger Things comic Tales from Hawkins. And this is we're looking. I know
is that under Dark Horse?
Yeah, it's a Dark Horse comic.
Okay, so I mean you're gonna get that true to the title, gritty, no holds barred in terms of the content. So that's good. I've always liked Dark Horse. They have some good titles.
Yeah, and if you read the title right here, it says on the surface, Hawkins seems like the kind of town where nothing bad could ever happen. But in the fall of '83, it is anything but safe. When two friends head out into the woods and their rifles and a 6-pack of beer, the would-be hunters find themselves, and I can't see because it's blocked by that
ads.
Dude, prey of a nightmarish beast who has claimed the wilderness around town and everything inside. It includes them. So
this title is not going to revolve around the main characters then.
No, and that's something that and look at it. They've got other Stranger Things comics that are out too, which there looks like it's going to be the next few issues. But so this is something that I heard, at least not the comic, but Distance Nerding, which are some buddies of mine from another podcast, were talking about that they were going to be putting out more stuff for Stranger Things because obviously the show's going to be ending next season, and we don't know what We don't know.
Oh man.
Demigorgon. He's gonna be getting some, if you know what I mean. But
No,
there.
Vecna.
Oh, Vecna. Oh,
Yeah. The Demigorgon, I think, is gone already. Now it's Vecna.
well, no, this is Summer of '83, which is before Vecna.
No,
That's
I
what
know.
it says, Summer of '83. But so they were talking about doing more for Stranger Things after the show's ended, and possibly continuing it over like around the world. The story is now going to go worldwide with the story, so that means that we don't know. Like they even didn't know what exactly that meant, but it's possible that it's going to be in the in anime style, and it may be them following other. I guess you can say like brothers and sisters of 11, but you will not be seeing the original cast in the cartoon.
Okay.
So yeah, and this comic book looks like that's what it's going to be. Is it's not going to have the originals. It's going to be, you know, what goes on in the woods, because obviously we know that in the first season, the Demigorgon was loose in the woods.
Yeah.
So this, you know, I'm going to try to go and pick up a copy of this to read a little bit more about it. But I'm kind of Stranger Things has always been my favorite show.
It's kind of your jam. Yeah.
Yeah, it's right up there because one, it's 80s. I love the 80s. Everything about the 80s. I wish I can go back to the 80s. But it's also like it's just got a really cool vibe about it, and I've always liked the show. So if you guys get a chance, number 1 is out as of today. Check it out. Stranger Things Tales from Hawkins. And they've got, I mean, the list of comic books, I'm looking at it right now. We were to spend, we'd probably have to spend at least an hour alone to talk about all the comic books that are out right now. At least the more recent comics. But I think I'd like to stick with like number 1s.
Yeah. Well, and here's the other thing, like as a footnote. So anybody who ends up, you know, following the show and tuning in and stuff like that. I mean, me personally, I don't know if I want to get back into some of the mainstream like Marvel titles. Like,
No.
I know enough about what's going on in the various like X-Men titles right now. I have zero interest. Everything that I'm reading, all of the plot lines and the story arcs that I'm hearing, it's just. And X-Men was one of the titles that I collected.
Why?
In the 90s, you know, I mean, it was X-Men, it was Ghost Rider, and then there were a few like independent comics that were out, like the Aliens versus Predator story arc on Dark Horse, a few others like that. But I mean, they've done so much retconning with characters' histories. They've done retconning with, I mean,
the list goes on and on of everything that they've done, and it just, to me, I feel very, and I shouldn't think it because it's like, seriously, so what? It was my childhood. I got my chance with my superheroes, and it was a lot of fun. And now we've got this. So, welcome, Phil. Young Phil is on the show. At least he's posted up something. That is my buddy from Distance Nerding. You and Phil, you and Nubs. Nubs is a fellow veteran, so just so you know. And that's why all the comments before were about dongs. So, converse amongst yourselves. Yeah, I know. So, yeah, I get it. Yeah, he's talking about, he's making to my comment. So, yeah. But also the advent of the internet, as far as like having all the comic books now online, I don't even have to go out and buy them. I can literally.
That's true.
So
that's true. Although,
huh?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I mean, that actually brings up a really good point, though, that kind of falls in line, is that, yes, we can go back and we can read all these comics online, and we can, you know, revisit the story arcs that we loved when we were younger and we grew up with. but it now adds an interesting aspect to it, because you can now search for these comics to actually collect them, as opposed to, hey, I got the new issue, and then you sit there and read it cover to cover. Now, I know the hardcore collectors will always do what we used to do, which is you buy one copy to read and one copy to put in Mylar. But the collectability side of it, I think, is much more appealing now, because people are actually looking for those issues, those landmark issues that where, you know, a groundbreaking story arc started, and they're looking for those issues that are still in, you know, near mint or mint condition, that they can keep in the, you know, shoot, I'd put it in plexiglass. You know, I mean, like, if somebody were to say, hey, I've got a line on, just as an example, like a legit first issue X-Men #1. If I could afford it, hell yeah, I'd buy that, and then I'd put it behind plexiglass like the Mona Lisa. But I know that I can always go back and read it online, as you said, you know. So I think that's kind of cool, actually.
So, well, like, you know, like Phil said, no fingerprints.
Yeah, no fingerprints, exactly. No oils on your skin to ruin the pages.
You know what really sucks? So I had a huge collection when I was younger. Huge collection, because I actually worked at a comic book store. So I was able to get like all the first issues and then just follow the runs, especially during the whole beginning of Image. But the heyday, the real good days of X-Men and Wolverine and the Punisher and all the good comics. And they all got destroyed. I actually had the first appearance of Wolverine. Mint condition. I had gotten it for, I forgot, I think it was like my 11th birthday or something. A buddy of mine and his dad actually got me that. Destroyed. Gone. All gone. I was sad.
Single tear.
Oh, dude, it was, no, it was not. I wasn't the Indian from that one commercial with the one tear going down. I was just
Iron Eyes Cody.
Yes. Was this before? Wait, let's see. Was this before becoming a whip? I mean,
wow.
We're gonna just skim past that comment. Listen, Ranger panties.
See, I can't be part of that conversation because I haven't served. So,
well, yeah, no. Rangers lead the way, huh? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, and don't forget the variant cover. Those are the best. Now there.
Yes, the gold foil Ghost Rider. Oh my God! I stood in a 2-hour line for not only that comic, but then I had the artist sign it in a gold Sharpie. Unbelievable.
But here's the thing.
And then somebody told me it was worthless because it had been written on.
But here's the other thing, that every comic now has at least 4 or 5 variant covers.
True.
Every comic, which is stupid. So guess what that does to the comics?
It takes the exclusivity away.
Yeah, it's like no big deal. So, anyways, that's our rant on comics. But we will be talking about more comics later on as we do the show. So
as the show progresses, yeah.
Stay tuned for more comic book talk on here. So next I wanted to talk about the latest toys, but I didn't get a chance to actually bring up toys. So that's something we will be talking about. If you guys know, well, first of all, if you guys want to talk about any comics or think you've read a good comic and send it our way, let us know. Definitely. We want to hear about it, what you guys thought, and we'll read it and, probably talk about it on the show also. And then toys. Because we're big man children now and have our own money. Dude, I just did my taxes. I was like blown away to realize how much I actually made. I was like, holy crap, where did it go? The Last Ronin. Yes, I need to get that one, dude. The Ninja Turtles Last Ronin. That I keep hearing about. But have you guys seen the figure? The Last Ronin figure by was it NECA or N?
NECA. Yeah, NECA made it. Mm-hmm.
Dude, that is a sick looking freaking turtle. Like I like all NECA stuff.
Well, See, I'm a little on the fence about the NECA releases. Some of them are really good, and some of them are just like,
Garbage.
no, they're not garbage. They're not garbage. But when you compare them to like Hot Toys or Diamond Select, they're just so like they just seem very poorly made. And I know Diamond and Hot Toys are, I mean, you're shelling out a pretty penny for those. I understand that. But it's not like the NECA ones are any like less, pricey. Yeah, they might be a little bit less pricey, but for what you're paying, me personally, I would expect better out of some of their releases. But the thing is, they do the Ninja Turtles line so well.
They
you
do.
know,
That's the line that I'm actually impressed with, and I've always liked those particular toys. So,
and I think maybe I think the reason for that is because that's kind of that's like their niche. Like they focused on a lot of the comic book titles. The NECA Deadpool is the best one ever made. Now, are you saying that because you really love Deadpool, or is it because it's okay? So
it's so posable. He's right about the very photogenic, because these things are made that you could actually get close. Let me put up the picture that I have right here of the Ninja Turtles.
okay, but if you were to compare it to some of the Marvel figures that Hot Toys has done, is it better?
I mean, look at that thing.
That's what
That
I'm
is
gonna
actually that's a pretty
No.
looking toy right there.
Oh yeah, no. Again, the Ninja Turtle ones that NECA has done are great, but like he was talking about the NECA Deadpool was like so high quality. But if you were to compare it to something that, like I say, that Diamond Select or Hot Toys has done, is it as good? And that's what I guess my challenge would be, is to see whether or not they actually hold up.
Well, I have
But NECA kills, like I say, they kill it with the Ninja Turtle series. I mean, they're unbelievable.
I have I'm trying to find 1/2 scale action figure. Which NECA are you talking about, Phil?
I think he might be talking about that one, the Ultimate Deadpool.
The-
Scroll down.
The Ultimate Deadpool. This one?
No, scroll down.
This one?
That one right in the middle. Yeah. He may be talking about that one.
Let us look. Oh, I totally forgot that I'm still. No, it tells me no. That event passed.
This event passed. Oh, so yeah.
Let's see, Phil. Oh yeah, he said yep. It was that one.
It was that one. Okay.
Yeah, it looks. I mean, from the little picture that it has, it looks pretty sick. It looks. He's got a. Is that a back?
Oh, I'm sure it looks great. Like I say, I'm just if I were to have again Hot Toys, Diamond Select, NECA in front of me, I'm gonna be very picky on which line I'm gonna. It actually, like, you push a button and it talks. That's pretty cool.
Oh, dude, that's pretty cool. So I do have as of right now, I have every single Back to the Future NECA figure, which those things are
like, and those ones aren't too bad.
Yeah, those
are too bad.
Yeah. I haven't taken them out of the box.
I would,
but I'm like, dude, I want to pose these things and have them up, but I was like, nah. Dedicated infantry combat killer. That's what he said, huh? Yeah, so we're definitely going to be, keeping an eye out for like the latest toys that are going to be coming out, and I definitely have NECA as one of our as following them on the Instagram.
On Instagram, yeah.
I also have Diamond. Also, Diamond Selects is another one that I follow on Instagram.
You should definitely put Hot Toys in your.
Oh no, I think I do. I think I have.
Yeah. Hot Toys does, like, oh my god, so good.
Yeah, I got Hot Toys. I got NECA. I got Diamond. So I got all the big ones. So and the other thing is that I'd probably be bringing out toys that I've found, because I mean, obviously, if you guys can see in the background, my biggest thing is actually Pops. I got a ton of pops, and this is just a fraction of my collection.
Yeah.
Not
You can't
even.
you can't really see the stuff. I've got most of my stuff is all Star Wars. I collect stormtroopers and clone troopers. But all of mine, the Black Series. In fact, I am a hot toy. um, I'm currently looking for the remainder of my Bad Batch. I got Tech, and so I want to get the rest of the Black Series Bad Batch.
Well, I just recently picked up this bad boy, which I was like so stoked about. Let's see if we can get that up. Coach Beard from
No
Ted Lasso.
way, that's awesome. Is it with the disco pants? You muted yourself, Gene.
It's disco pants and hula hoop.
That's awesome.
So I was like, dude,
that's so good. If you guys have not watched Ted Lasso, do it. It's so good. Just be prepared to get hit like in the fields a little bit, but it's such a good show.
Let me bring.
It's season 3 is coming on that too.
I know. I can't wait. It's like, dude, I've been waiting too long for it. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So
we'll have to. I'm curious to see what happens with Nate. He has the arc core and it's stupid. I mean, dude, there's something I don't know why, but there's something about like stormtroopers to clone troopers. Somebody told me that I was an idiot because all I'm doing is buying different paint jobs on the same action figure, and I said, yeah, you think I don't know that? Doesn't change a thing, man.
They put out the recipe for the cookies. I need to make those.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Clones are way cooler.
The clones are way cool. Now, yeah, I mean, I will admit, yeah. But some of the variant stormtroopers are cool too. I mean, you can kind of see over there. I've got my my shadow. I've got a shadow stormtrooper helmet.
Oh, yeah, the black one.
Yeah, and that is not the Black Series Star Wars one. That's actually the one that was made by now they're called like Denyo Novo, something like that. But this is the one that's cast from the original molds that were used for A New Hope. Well, it's funny because that's actually very true. They explained in the lore that the reason why clone troopers were able to be as effective as they are is because they were, flash trained during their raising process. But stormtroopers are literally like conscripted dudes, and so they didn't have the same level of training. And so the whole joke of stormtroopers not being able to hit the broadside of a barn, it's true.
Dennis, you're encouraging them. Don't encourage them. Just don't.
Well, I don't know him, but he's,
he had to throw in the Rangers part. He'll throw it in again. Don't encourage him.
Okay.
I'm kidding, Bill. So toys, yes. So that was our toy section. Again, it's gonna break down. We're just at an hour right now. We lost one person, we probably lost Nubs.
Well, no, I thought I saw somebody said that they were going to switch over from like
that was Phil.
Yeah.
Over, but we lost Nubs.
That might be why.
Oh gosh.
Arc corn troopers are basically, I don't know what that means.
He's Phil, he doesn't speak military like us. Oh, he's back. There we go. But Echo 5's Commander Cody.
Yeah, those are all the arc clones.
So with that, we're gonna move away from toys, which again we'll have this cool thing going whatever. I built it, but I didn't load it in. And we're gonna move on to the next subject, which would be video games. And then now we'll see the thing, blah, 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 video games. Yay. So I went online to look up, at least just see what is out this week, because I know what's coming up. And Combat Application Group. There you go.
Oh,
Delta
okay.
Force.
So yeah, I mean, well, that's actually more the clone commandos as opposed to the ARC troopers. But yeah, that's fair.
All right, so video games. Yay! Phil said, "Yay!" The big one that I really wanted to get my hands on too, but Dennis was downloading all day, was the new Harry Potter game.
Yes, I've actually had a chance to play about an hour of it before the show started.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And how was it?
So it's really cool. I'm still essentially in the like the tutorial portion of the game, which that tells you something about the depth of it. Because again, I've been playing it for about an hour now, and I've attended my first class. I attended Charms class. But it's really cool. The controls are very intuitive. The learning curve is not real steep, so you get a feel for it pretty quick. And I mean, it's hard to argue with the graphical content. Now I'm playing on Xbox Series X, and even without a 4K TV, I mean the character models are very detailed, all the way down to you can see like freckles on the bridge of people's noses, little individual hair. So they put a lot of time and effort into the game. It's been really fun. The combat's kind of intuitive, and again, easy to pick up. So I'm excited to get a little bit deeper into it, and I want to redeem all my exclusive stuff. I get like a cool black hippogriff to ride around on, and clothes and stuff like that. But I haven't reached that point in the game.
So I brought it up on GameStop, which is the PS4, really quick, just the cover to show you guys, and it's running at about $60.
Yeah.
And then we've got Phil here who said that he's playing the new Dead Space, and it's awesome.
The new Dead Space. So, I mean, it's Dead Space is a great game, but it's not really a new Dead Space. It's just a remaster.
Oh, damn. He just dropped some freaking video game knowledge. Bam.
Yeah. But that being said, that game deserved a remaster because it's one of the best horror titles that have come out in the past, I'd say probably 20 years. Hufflepuff. Actually, I got sorted into Ravenclaw, so
yeah, I'm gonna show my nerd self and say I am a Gryffindor.
So. Well, no, in the game, I got sorted into Ravenclaw.
Well, in real life, I'm straight Gryffindor, Holmes.
All right. Well,
maroon and gold. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, but like I say, Dead Space is definitely a game that was deserving of a remaster. Yeah, no, they did. You're absolutely right. I mean, they added a lot of really nice kind of quality of life changes to the game itself. Obviously, the graphical content is so much better than it was when it first released. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
You're a puffer.
And some of the new sections of the game, like where you're actually doing like a spacewalk, which I don't want to spoil it too much for anybody who's never played the game before, but like that section alone, is unbelievable. Yeah, no, Dead Space is definitely one to check out as well. Absolutely, especially if you played the first one, you'll be so impressed with it.
I definitely want to get my hands on what do you call it, on Harry Potter. That's definitely one that I want to. And
cool.
After seeing some of Phil play Dead Space, I'm like kind of curious about Dead Space too. The only problem is I don't have the time to play all these video games as much as I want to. I was on a kick with Call of Duty for a little bit. I haven't been able to get back on it, and I really want to because I miss. Me and Phil played once, but we couldn't talk to each other. But there was one moment where he was laying on the ground, I was standing over him, and I was just wrecking people, just bah, 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 as he was looking at my taint. I was just like, yeah, what's up? Bah, 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 bah. So yeah.
So I think I believe they've released the newest COD cross-platform now, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's good. So I mean,
okay.
you don't necessarily have to be on PlayStation in order to play with your buddies, or vice versa. You know, if they have an Xbox and you don't, or what have you. So
Yeah. What's cool is that it shows there's little icons by the players. So you
yeah,
can
they do
whether
the same. They do the same thing in Destiny. Yeah,
so you can see what they're playing on, which is cool.
yeah.
So yeah, Phil streams on Mondays. So anybody out there that's watching this, you know, whether it's tonight or you know whenever you guys find us, you can go on to Distance Nerding, and he streams on Twitch. He'll stream what do you call it? Right now, like he said he's doing Dead Space. So it's actually really cool to watch him play. Every once in a while, I do pop in the chats, and I'll make a few comments. But yeah, I haven't played any video games. Yeah, neither have I, man. We got to get together and get online, and we got to play some COD. So that was the biggest thing that I actually wanted to bring up for video games, at least this week, so we can talk about that, which was the Harry Potter game, because you're downloading it. Nubs is downloading it right now. And then you had mentioned about the new Jedi Survivor.
Yes. So the next installment of the Star Wars games, Jedi Survivor, is coming in March, and I could not be more excited for that. I could not be more excited for that.
You know, I got the last one, and
Mhm.
I was playing, and I never finished it, and I feel bad. I mean,
Well, you should. You really should.
and it's such a huge, like, there's so much to do in it too.
Well, and that's the hard part about it, is that as you progress through the game and unlock abilities and stuff like that, you actually it is like very important for you to go back to previous planets that you may have already gone through, because with these new abilities, you're able to get to areas you couldn't before, which you can find upgrades for your lightsaber, upgrades for BD1, things like that. I mean, that game is just so incredible, and Jedi Survivor is going to be even better. They're going to include the ability to use both a lightsaber as well as a blaster, so you're going to get ranged as well as melee combat out of it. And they're going to continue to dive into the current lore, so to speak, of because the game essentially takes place just after Order 66, and then the beginning of the Inquisitorium.
Sorry,
What's
I
that?
I thought it was later than just after Order 66.
Well, it kind of is, because parts of the game in the first one, parts of the game you play as Cal when he was a kid, going through when he was still a Padawan. Order 66 happens. He's one of the few Padawans that escapes from the temple, and he just goes into hiding. And then fast forward to, where he is at, I guess you could say, the current time. The Empire has come into full force, and so but it's in that time period of, end of the Clone Wars to approximately like just after A New Hope. So the rebellion hasn't quite started up yet.
So I got to get back to playing that game, but then, like I also said, I've got so many other games that I want to play. It's just tough.
Yeah.
And with my schedule, it's really hard. But thank goodness Dennis is more a gamer than I am. He's on top of that stuff more than I am. So that's pretty good. So we kind of balance out here. I handle more of the movies. Comic books were kind of both kind of and then Dennis goes for more of the video games. And yeah, this show's going to definitely work. And if we ever get any guests, we could definitely have them on, and that's the last segment is going to be saved for guests. So, like, me and Dennis are not new to this whole podcasting thing. We have our own show that's all nothing but it's all about paintball, which yes, nerds. Hep high. Hep high. But our other show is wow. You know what, Nubs? I know who you are. I know where you sleep. I've watched.
So okay, but so he brought up Atomic Heart. That was another one. I have that ready to download as well.
Oh, really?
I've got Game Pass, and so it's going to be free for me. Atomic Heart looks great. Oh, that looks so good.
Well, now that's something else I got to look into. I'm looking at it
That
right
one
now.
looks really good.
Graphics look really good from the pictures.
Yeah, well, and this game has been
Interesting.
teased for quite a while now. I want to say they first announced it like 2016, I think. And you know, every so often they'll put a little thing out of like, this is what the game looks like now, and then with the current generation of consoles that are out, and you know what you can do with PCs, I mean, this game looks incredible. It just looks so good.
Yeah, the graphics look amazing.
Yeah, and it's going to be like I mean, it's like an alternate reality. It takes place in what is essentially the USSR. So time frame wise, maybe just before the dissolution of the Soviet Union, or possibly current times, but the Soviet Union still exists. It looks so good. It looks so good. That one's going to be a lot of fun to play as well.
Well, now I got to do homework and look that one up, because just from the pictures alone, it does look really good. Like the graphics look amazing. So, dude, I got a lot of homework to do. So, like what I was saying, on top of this, we do our paintball podcast, which this one we're a little bit. It's almost like we're a little bit more freer to just. We talk more about this stuff, which we love too. We're passionate for paintball.
But the thing is talking about movies and comic books and stuff, we don't get mad.
No, we don't. We could make fun of it, but we don't get mad, because I mean, we've been in the league, in the leagues over in the paintball industry, and been part of the paintball industry. So we get mad at things there. Here we don't have a stock in anything except spend our money to go watch the movies, play the video games, buy the toys. So it's a lot more fun with this one. We're a little bit, and like I said, we're freer to go along with whatever. So we definitely, I got a lot of work with this. It does.
That's true.
It does. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that have had to replace their TVs and their controllers because of the nerd rage.
Well, I've broken a few controllers in my day.
I will say that I have raged out on movies, and I walked out of, again, Knock at the Cabin, and right away straight said it out loud so everybody could hear it. Worst movie ever. It was horrible.
You need to get.
I ranted on.
You need to get the soundbite from the comic book guy.
There's still more work to be done, because if you haven't noticed, but the background is the same right now as our other show that we do, which is called the Geek Saga, which is the parent company, or parent show to this one, and also to the other show that we're going to be doing. So this is just for fun and weekly. And
yeah.
So if you guys want to hear the Geek Saga, the actual show, it's going to be up on Comic-Con Radio, along with Phil's show, which is Distance Nerding, and Nerd. Oh my God, I'm gonna blow the name of your other show, Phil. Nerd. I gotta bring it up because I don't want to do that to you. You and James have been good to me every time I come on the show. Comic Conversation which that show is them talking to people at the cons and interviewing different celebrities, which is actually really cool. And I'm looking forward to their two shows, Distance Nerding and Comic Con Radio, along with ours, the Geek Saga, that will be on Comic Con Radio. You can definitely look that up, comicconradio.com. Go to podcasts, and we're kind of towards the bottom of the list, but we're there. We're on that. And this is kind of a side show from that we're able to do weekly that we actually could stream and also promote all these other shows that are on Comic Con Radio. So I think we've gone on for a good amount of time, and I'm just sad that I don't have my music on here. Or what does this sound like? Hold on. Yeah. Maybe I'll play that as we sign out of this thing. But if you guys enjoyed this show, we will be back next Wednesday at 7 o'clock. And we will have probably the slides and
Hey, rock on, Wayne.
nice. Rock on, Garth. Or as what was that in was it part 2 where, or no, part 1, where that one announcer is all rock on, Wayne.
Oh, and he's like, yeah.
So definitely come back next week, 7 o'clock. I will have more energy because I will be drinking something that I could drink on this show, even though you see a different thing in the background. Party on, Wayne. Party on, Garth. That's right.
My grandma to tell her.
Hey, dude, get your grandma and all her other.
We're gonna have a grandma's boy situation on this.
Hell yeah. Do it. So spread the word that we are here. We're now on. We're live. Check out. So if you want to get a hold of us, you can go through the Geek Saga, which is the Geek Saga on Instagram, the Geek Saga on Facebook, the Geek Saga on YouTube, and the Geek Saga on Twitch. All those are ways to get a hold of us. You can also email us at thegeeksaga20@gmail.com. If you guys got suggestions for other movies that are coming out, or comic books, or toys, anything you want to hit us up, by all means, hit us up on there, and we will read all the comments and we will do it. So all the gilfs that are out there, please.
All the gilfs.
You can sit down and watch us. Look, I'll even, I'll show a little bit more. There we go. Yeah. What's up? How's that? Yeah. All right. So anyways, guys, it's been fun. It actually was really fun doing this. It felt good to finally get this one out, and I had a lot of fun with it. Dennis is going to be my co-host on this one, unless David from the other show comes on too, which again, I could have 3 people going, and it's a lot of fun.
Okay, yeah, why not both? Why not both?
Phil, James, and Fours are the 3 guys from Distance Nerding, so why not have that here?
Yeah.
Grandma's like it freaky. Heck yeah, Holmes. So this was definitely just a real test run of this show because, like I said,
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was definitely fun. So, so Mendoza, which is my other buddy, which is Dr. Butters, thanks for coming on. Phil, I hope you do come back, and if you want to spread the word about us, by all means. I kind of planned it so it's on Wednesday because I know that you guys are on Tuesday and on Thursday. So I thought we're gonna slip right in the middle. Oh yeah, you'd be right in that sandwich. So you have a nerd sandwich right here. Yeah.
Wow.
But definitely come back, guys. And yeah, I'll have some music that goes along with that intro because Dennis missed the intro.
I did. Sorry.
I will play it again as we roll out. So again, guys,
These are your friends, Gene.
Well, it's not really brown meat because you got white and brown. So if you combine those, what is that? What kind of meat is that?
Marble rye?
Oh, there we go. Marble rye. That's bread, though, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Because whoever's in the middle would be the meat.
We're the middle because you got
The middle would be the middle.
Yeah, you
Oh,
got
so-
disconcerting on Tuesday. You
Oh,
got,
I see. So
you
it would be like turkey and roast beef in the middle.
okay, so we're the turkey and roast beef.
We're like a club
Roast
sandwich.
beef in the middle. We're the club sandwich.
Bologna.
That's just all everything jumbled up, man.
That's lips and hooves.
If you're in between me and James, it's just a bunch of brown dudes.
Right. That evokes some very disturbing mental imagery. I think I'm gonna have to slaughter to get that mental image out of my head.
So Dennis is the mayonnaise in between
Oh!
the roast beef and the wheat bread. There we go. Yes. All right, we gotta end this show. We gotta call it.
This is where I need the soundbite from Monsters Inc. Shut up! You're making it worse.
Oh, all right, guys. We're gonna call it a night before we get any worse. If you guys want to check us out on our other podcast, which is Behind the Mask. It's on Mondays at 7:00. And we talk all paintball all the time. And there you see more of the angry Dennis and Gene talking about that stuff. So, guys, it's been fun. Thanks for being on. And we look forward to seeing you guys next week. Same time, same channels, all that wonderful stuff. I'm going to come up with a new saying, but I got to go before you laugh way too much. So with that, let me load up our song. Let's see. Is there something? Feeding the ducks? What does that sound like? Nope. Lo-fi? Nope. We're gonna go with the rock.
Yeah, please.
Get down with some rock, Holmes. Here we go. All right, guys. Have a good night. See you guys later.